Hi everyone, I just thought I'd jump on and create a quick video to show you the new treatment presets feature that we've released today. So in order to find this, you are going to go to Management and Treatment Presets. If you don't have access to this area, you will need to have a chat with your management at the practice. It is only for people that have access to practice details. So on this screen, this is where you are going to create all of your treatment presets. You can have as many or as little as you want. Obviously, the less you have, the easier it's going to be to manage, but every single practice is going to have different needs. So in order to create them, we go Create New Treatment Preset at the bottom of the screen here. Now I'd add in my preset name, and then I click on my plus button here. This is going to bring up all of the item codes that we've got, and you can enter them in one by one and just create your treatment preset. As a default, the fee schedule listed here is called ADA Codes Auto. This is not one of your fee schedules. This is our generic selection that we've got in place, which basically means that you can just enter in the ADA code and then we will determine the fee and the correct item number based on the patient's preferred fee schedule. So if your patient's on a standard fee schedule and you've got a 011 listed, we're going to do the fee for the standard fee schedule. If this patient is a CDBS patient, we are going to change that item code to 88011 and enter in the Medicare fee for them. So my recommendation would be to keep the ADA codes as your automatic selection here. In most cases, it's just going to mean that the process is streamlined for you. This will not be the case if you have a specific item number that is only in one of your fee schedules. So for example, your products. You would have to select here and then change to the fee schedule that you are wanting. So we can go product fee schedule. Yours might be named slightly differently. That is specific to your practice. But then I can select my item number from here. So maybe tooth mousse. What that means is we've got a little F showing on the code here. This means it's fixed. It is fixed to a particular fee schedule. So we've got force fee schedule, and we can't unclick this because it doesn't exist in any of our other fee schedules. Just to show you the difference, if I add in just say a 011 from my ADA codes auto, it's not fixed. We're not forcing it from anything. Sorry, I didn't do a 011, I did a fail to attend, but same thing. It's an ADA code. We're not forcing a fee schedule. It is going to pull from whichever fee schedule that patient is on. Now, the other thing that you can do is add in a macro. This is what you should be adding if you are talking about like a filling, so a composite or metallic filling or a root canal, anything along those lines that can vary. So the item code will vary depending on the tooth and the surfaces that you have put in. If I was to add in, let's say a 532 as part of my preset, and I'm doing it as a single item code, what that means is when I use this preset, I can only add in 2 surfaces on a tooth. So I can't use this treatment preset for any teeth that have more than 2 surfaces. It's not ideal. It is really going to slow down the process for you. So instead, what I would be doing is adding in a macro for adhesive direct. And what that means is it's going to add in any item number, whether it's anterior or posterior. We will decide that based on the tooth number that you enter. And we will also decide, the correct item code based on how many surfaces have been selected. So I wouldn't recommend adding in a 532 or similar. I'd get rid of that one and just leave the macro. Exactly the same thing for your, metallic fillings, things like that, root canal prep and root canal obturation. So for example, your root canal, this one's going to add in item number 415, and it might add in item number 416 if you select more than one canal. And then your root canal obturation, it's going to add in item code 417, and it might add in 418 if you've added in multiple canals. You will, for your root canals, if you're adding in item code 419, that one can just be done individually because you're only going to be charging that once per tooth. So you don't need a macro for that one. I won't save this one. I'll show you a couple of examples that I have put together. So let's have a look. Complete denture. This one has a mixture, so I'll double click to edit it. It's got a mixture of different options in here. Now, most of these are a forced fee schedule because they have come from my product fee schedule. These are custom codes, they're not ADA codes. I can pop these into visits, so I can say, well, primary impression is visit number 1, secondary impression visit number 2, denture bite 3, try-in 4, and I'm going to do my insert and actually charge my 719, which will be pulled from whichever fee schedule that patient is on, to visit number 5. And that's my total process. So when I'm adding this into the treatment plan, it's already going to have put them into visits for me based on what I've got here. So I'll save that one. We can see an overview. The colours here directly correspond with the colours that you've got in your treatment plan. So visit 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I've got quite a few set up over here as well. So I've done the same thing for my root canal 3 visits. I've just popped together that preset and it's automatically gone into visits for me. So I'll show you where to add these now. The first place you can do is on your appointment itself. So I can go to an appointment for a patient today, and I can click Add Preset. I can say New Patient Comprehensive. This patient's coming in for the first time and they're having a really comprehensive examination done. I'd select this one. Rather than having to manually enter in every single one of these item numbers, I just add in my preset and they are all there for me ready to go, which is fantastic. It really saves some time. If you have made a mistake, you can select the top one, select the bottom one, and press Shift. It will select all of them. So that again is Shift and just click, and you're going to select all of them. And then I can minus. So if you've made a mistake, don't stress. It's really easy to get rid of them. I can also go Add Preset. I've got some here that have got multiple visits. Maybe we're doing a post and call for this patient. I actually only want to do visit number 1 today. I don't want to add in visit number 2, which is the 613. So I would up here insert only visit number 1. Now, one thing that I have noticed this morning that we will get fixed up is it's still requiring you to put in the teeth numbers for both of them over here. Even though we've only selected visit number 1, the 613 is not going to be done today. It is still requiring that tooth number over here. So we will get that one fixed up. But basically I add in my tooth number here and then insert. We will not let you insert item numbers that require a tooth unless you have entered in the tooth and the surfaces if necessary. So I'll show you again what that looks like. We'll add preset. Let's maybe go with a band and pin restoration here. So it is requiring us to enter in a tooth number. Let me go with 24. And I have to also enter in my surfaces over here. Now, because we've used our macro for the adhesive restoration, I've entered in a posterior tooth, so it's going to be a 5-3. And then based on whichever surfaces I enter is what that last number is going to be. So this is going to be a 5-3-5 because I've selected all of them. Maybe we're just doing these ones. It will be a 5-3-3. And then I need a tooth number for my band and my pin as well. So I'll insert that. As you can see, it's popped in a 5-3-3 because I entered in 2-4 BOM. And that's all done for me. So you can do it straight from the appointment. The second option that you can do is in the patient file, add them directly into the treatment plan. So I have got a couple of things already set in here today. Obviously, we've just added these into the appointment for the patient today. I can go add preset. Now, we've already got visit number 1 for this patient. So when I go to add in my presets, if I look at one of these that's got our visits set out, let's say root canal, 3 visits. Now, I do need to enter in my tooth number, but down here, we have got options to either append visits, which means because we've already got visit number 1, it's actually going to make this visit 2, visit 3, 4. Or I can merge with existing visits, which means that these item codes 572419022 are going to be added into this existing visit number 1, which at the moment looks like my recall exam. So you just have to decide what's the best action to take based on your needs. For this particular one, I would say append visits, because we're unlikely to be doing the root canal with the checkup and clean. So I can add in my tooth number. We'll go 1616. We are also going to improve this feature. At the moment, you can't press enter. It is a clicking motion, but we will get that improved for you guys. Because we have used our macros here, we also have to select the information from over here. So my 572 is just going to be my occlusal. My root canal prep, is it a 1 canal tooth? No, I'm going to say this is a 3 canal tooth. What that means is it's also going to add in the 416 item code for me. And then same for the obturation, and maybe I'm going to do a 4 surface filling for the final one. I'll insert, and as you can see, it has added in my new visits here, and that's all done for me. So you just keep going through. If you have made a mistake, these are automatically selected for you. So this is a mistake, I'm just going to click on minus because I clicked on the wrong thing accidentally, and then they're all gone. So you don't have to worry about clicking them all and then adding them back in. So I go add preset, and then I can select a different one if that one was a mistake. Maybe we're doing a postern core with a ceramic crown. I'm going to append my visits, so I don't want them to be added into visit number 1. I want it to be visit 2 and visit 3. Tooth number, let me go with 13. And then we'll insert, and that's done. Now I can see this is actually added into visit number 1, so I'm going to have a chat with the developers. This is our very first draft of this, so it's been released today. You may come across some buggy things like this, in which case let us know. We will get these things fixed up, and we are going to improve the overall functionality of this. So I'm going to raise this to my developers. But when you're happy, you just press save, as you usually would in your treatment plan. All right, the other places that you can go would be restorative charting. It's not ideal in this area yet. It's still a work in progress. We are figuring out a way to add in buttons for you down here so that you can select your tooth and then just select the preset straight away. At the moment, you can only access it from the presets button up here. You cannot select the tooth here and then click on presets. The two do not talk to each other at the moment. We will work on that, but it will be exactly the same thing. You've got your presets, you select them, and you add in your tooth numbers, and you go from there. Now, if you are adding this, you're adding this directly into either unsorted treatment or into a quote for the patient. Your visits are not relevant because we don't currently have visits in quotes. The visits that you've got selected down here, they're not relevant. It's just going to pop in all of those item codes for you. The other place that you can access this info is from your quotes screen. It's done in exactly the same way. So you go new quote and then add preset. As I said, there's no visits in quotes yet, so it's not going to take into consideration your denture, like I select denture, and I can add that one in. There's no visits. It's just thrown in all of those item codes for me. The visits for your quotes are going to be coming soon. I've had a chat with the developers and they are planning to add in visits for your quotes. So keep an eye out and we'll let you know when that's done. I think that's all the areas that you can add them in. So obviously, straight into treatment plan, and it will accept all of the different visits that you've got in there. You can add it into quotes, you can add it into restorative charting, or add it straight into the appointment here. So let us know your feedback. We are still working on this area. There will be improvements made, but I just thought I'd get this video out so that you can sort of start to understand how it's working and set things up yourselves. Thanks so much.